Hey, welcome back to Taking Trades. My name is Jimmy, and this channel is dedicated to everything day trading. Today's March 25th, 2019. It's Monday, and I'm green again. Super excited. I took Facebook on one trade for a little over $200. I stocked it most of the morning, sort of watching and waiting. It was really taking its time to set up, and it finally did late in the morning. I went ahead and jumped in. It was a 600 share position and ended up going really, really well. Sold pieces of it as I got profit and tried really hard. One thing I've been working on is trying to hold that last little piece as long as possible. And I did that and things just kind of went well. So I'd like to show you that trade. I'd also like to know if you guys were red or green, or if you have questions. If you have any comments, leave them below. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. And if you like the content, give me a thumbs up. Thanks for stopping by. Let's jump into the trade. Hey, okay, let's jump in. So I've got Facebook up on a 5-minute chart right now. And I just want to show you, first of all, kind of what I was watching and what got me interested in Facebook this morning. So I had noticed that Facebook was downtrending, was slowly setting lower lows, lower highs, and it had set this point. It had kind of come down in here and hit on this level, and then pulled back, and then was returning, and I was looking for a breakdown below that level, which we got. It opened, broke down, and then because this line was sort of a significant line from before, and because of this hit right here, it was sort of an area of overhead resistance that I was watching. And this marked circle here, this is sort of where this move sort of began from. So that was sort of watching that for a stop loss area-ish, sort of as to get a plan put together. So it broke down below this morning, opened up, and then bounced back. It came up, and you can see right here that it touched, came right back to that line and pulled away. So that was sort of confirmation that this level is significant for today's price action on Facebook. I knew that this was somewhat overhead resistance, and it was going to bounce. It pulled back. So then the next time it came up, I was really watching it close, and I used my 5-minute chart to get an idea for what direction the market's going, and then I flip over and I actually will place my trades based on the 2-minute chart, which is this chart. So you can see the same price action happening, and it started to set higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. So I was going to kind of let this work itself out. And the minute it started to no longer set higher highs or higher lows and kind of roll over and start setting those lower highs and lower lows, I was going to look for increased buying pressure, and then I was going to jump into the short side. So as it did this, we got this break up here, and let me turn on my trades so I can show those. So you can see what I did was it broke back above this line and then snapped right back. So I still felt like this was overhead resistance, but then it broke above. So then I thought, okay, well, we'll kind of keep watching it. I don't necessarily want to short into this level because it could possibly be support now, which you can see we got this bounce off of it. So it did become support. But what I was watching is buyers were pushing this up and then pulling back, pushing up a little weaker, pulling all the way back down here. Then we got this last push up high. It didn't break the high necessarily. And then this pullback, red, 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 these candles, it was over 100% retracement. So you got these two strong green candles up, and then the red pullback was the full move up plus some. So that was my signal. That told me that the buying pressure right now is slowing, and that sellers could possibly be taking control. So we got this push up here, we got this sell off here, and I thought, okay, we just got another 100% retracement off this green candle. So then I thought, I'm going to buy the next pullback. So it pulled back up, happened to coincide with this nice line. So I took it short there at 164.13, and I took 500 shares. And I knew that it could drift. I was thinking about stop losses. I was thinking about the top of this candle, and then I was kind of thinking, well, maybe, up in this area. So I decided, this is really ultimately my stop. So 164.80-ish, right in there, 85-ish. So it pulled it went in my favor, and I had a little bit of profit, and then it bounced up against me. And when we got up here, it started to look like it was starting to fade, like the buying pressure wasn't as great. So I thought, okay, I'm going to add 100 shares to the position as it's kind of settling in. And then it pushed down, pulled back, sort of stalled out. We got this quick pop up and down, and then it kind of just rolled on over. And so as it came down here, I cut or covered 300 shares there at 163.78. And then I was really trying to keep my shares on and really watch and let things run. And we got this bounce, and it just came all the way back and then rolled over again and came all the way back down to basically where we were before. So I took another 150 off at 164, and it sort of hovered in this area. And I just didn't want to I didn't want to take another trip back to the top of the channel. So as it bounced down one more time, I took the final 150 at 163.79. So got 21 cents additional beyond that 164 point. So hindsight tells me that as I'm watching this, you know, if I draw a couple more lines in here, let's put in, so if I draw a line like, I don't know, here-ish, and then I draw a line kind of, I don't know, maybe around there-ish, something like that, you can kind of see that, like, we had this bounce, another bounce, another bounce, an almost bounce, kind of a bounce in the area, another bounce. You know, it was definitely moving sideways in a channel here and just ranging around. So what looked like a lower high and possibly trying to become a lower low never really did. So that should be an indication to me that, you know, we are in a channel of some sort or a range, and I should probably take my profits when we get near this low, and if I want to re-enter, you know, I need to wait till we get back to the top of the channel. So I was definitely short biased. But what you can see now, so I left and did some things today and came back, and watch what happens. Boom, we're gone. Facebook just went. So very, very interesting. And that's going to change my bias going into tomorrow. So I'm going to readjust some levels and kind of reconfigure things for a long bias for tomorrow. And I also want to get your guys' feedback. I was thinking about something. I was thinking about, you know, if there would be any interest in any of you subscribers who are following the channel, which I really appreciate. I was thinking about going live each morning at you know, 30 minutes before the market open. So at Mountain Standard Time where I am, it's 7 a.m. and I was going to go live for only 15 minutes, but the idea would be to go live, get the chat going, have you guys throw out some ticker symbols, and then, you know, maybe there's one that's recurring that multiple people are interested in. I can take that ticker, open up a chart, and give you my bias, like what I think, what direction we might be going for the market open. You know, I could say, you know, I'm biased to the short side until this or this happens. Like, when this happened, you know, there's a definite level in here where I would have said, okay, I'm now flipping long bias. So I could kind of give some price levels of where I think that might happen in kind of the morning bias show of some sort at 7 a.m. my time, 30 minutes before the market open. But if we did it for 15 minutes, then you guys could get like my bias, not to trade off of necessarily, but just for additional information. And then from there, you'd have 15 minutes to get ready for the opening bell. So anyway, leave a comment and let me know if you'd like that. I'm sort of thinking about that and just wanted to get your opinion. I think it could be kind of interesting. So anyway, let me know. Let me know if you guys were green or red. If you have any questions, let me know. Comments, post them below. If you're new to the channel, like I said, subscribe. If you like the content, give me a thumbs up, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks.